All right, the $1,000,000 question, will the Clarity Act get passed? We got some brand new information. We are finally hearing what the banks are saying. We also get a detailed timeline of what to expect over the next few weeks. Will this play out? Will we get the clarity? Let's go through all of this brand new information I dug up for you. I hope you're having a great day. I'll be back in Hawaii tomorrow. I miss you guys so much. I hope you're doing well. The first stream will be back on Tuesday. I hope you guys can be a part of that. Let's just jump into the information and I'll go through and give you everything I have here. Let's start with this clip from Crypto in America.
What can we expect from when Congress returns next week? If yield is wrapped up, there's still a few outstanding issues. Can those kind of realistically get ironed out in the next couple of weeks?
Rewards and yield was that issue that everyone knew had to be solved before the other issues could be addressed. Otherwise, you're kind of wasting effort on the other ones, because we knew that rewards and yield, without that getting wrapped up, we were never going to make it to the other issues. So I think there's maybe on the part of certain Senate offices a realization, oh, wow, this rewards and yield issue that we didn't necessarily think would get resolved. Perhaps it looks like it is, and we better quickly engage on these other issues. So there is definitely a resuscitation of the other outstanding issues right now, and a lot of engagement, energy going back into those, because people realize we need to quickly close those out if we're going to move this bill forward.
Okay, so one of the biggest issues holding all of this back for months was the clarity around should third parties or exchanges be able to offer stablecoin reward yield to retail holders just for holding the stablecoin. But there was also a ton of other issues that were kind of floating in the background, not as big, but it sounds like people didn't think this one major issue was going to get worked out. So they didn't really kind of work on the smaller issues. And now those smaller issues are needing to be resolved more quickly so the bill can be pushed forward. And it sounds like that is what is happening behind the scenes. All right, let's move to this clip.
Very confident that the compromise language that has been discussed is kind of the true center of gravity on this issue. And that's not to say that I was thrilled about it or the banks were thrilled about it. But as Senator Alston-Brooks said a few weeks ago, this is one of those issues where we'll know we got it right when both sides are kind of equally unhappy and through gritted teeth say, we don't love this. It wouldn't be our ideal outcome, but we can live with it. And I think we probably arrived at that place. But the senators are ultimately going to continue to do their final solicitation of input from industry stakeholders and decide if ultimately they'll stand by that compromise. But I'm very confident that they will.
Listen, there's a lot riding on this bill getting passed, and I think it does in the end, guys. I mean, there's so much political capital being wasted here. It would shock me if we get through the next month or two and this thing doesn't wind up on the president's desk. I mean, the White House is putting a lot of pressure on senators, especially on the Republican side, to get this done. Democrats